today it's really just to share with you more tips on how do we continuously ensure we do have business improvement. It's essentially what the ongoing improvement of your products, if you're in the service industry, of your services, and maybe other incremental changes that can happen across the business. And I'll give you a framework. For those of you, again, who know my background, I lived in Europe for quite a long time. And one of the things I took away from that culture is framing. So there's a culture of instructing from other parts of the world. So they'll instruct you, you do A, B, C, D. There's a culture of problem solving, and then there's a culture of framing. So I come from the culture of framing. And why? Why do I think a frame is very important? Let's take, for example, this phone. So if you look at it, it is cut into four. You know, your phone has 4 squares, right? So framing means you put something and you're sure you can tick the boxes because it's within a certain frame. One of the best strategies to use in your business is to frame things, especially things that, you know, you could forget one and do one, so that you stop approaching things in ad hoc. Fanya moja alafu unasahau ingine, unafanya ingine unasahau ingine. So one of the key things we do is we take an idea and then we frame it. We take a concept to frame it. We take knowledge or a tip and then we frame it. Once you frame it, kukumbuka ni rahisi. So let's look again why the importance of this continuous improvement. One of the biggest importance is that it is an indispensable part of your growing process. Lazima you grow your business no matter what. Hata kama unauza tu chai, wacha tuseme chai na mandazi na nini, lazima you grow. Last time I was talking to you about, you know, how do you look around and think which areas do we grow and everything. And today I'll be talking about exactly, you know, the processes that we take for this continuous improvement. And then it helps you reduce losses. So how do we reduce all those losses? Losses of time. And last week, for those of you who joined, you know, how much time it used to take for us to respond to a customer. Tunapelekana hapa, tunapelekana pale, tujui ni nani anafaa kuanswer, tujui, you know, what are the answers and everything. They're not well documented, and you know, those kinds of things. They can take a lot of time, and then they can make you lose business. It also allows for innovation, and I'll talk about innovation because I'm very passionate about it, in a structured manner. And then it reduces your operational cost. Now, every time yako, how much is it costing us? Wengine wetu pia hatujai cost time yetu. Pendo, I hope you are here. Wewe tumeshaongea the time it takes hata kuongelesha customer. Uko pale na customer moja anakupatia 50 bob for 30 minutes. Explaining ABCD, alafu kesho tena atakupigia juu ana complain. Kesho kuta atakupigia juu hajapata sijui nini. Kesho kuta atakupigia juu ameifungua na ikai poa. So you've not costed your time. And you've not worked on this business. How do you improve your organization and the business processes so that you ensure you innovate and you have a more structured manner of dealing with things that save your time? Reducing your operational cost. Operational cost, let me tell you, is the stealer. It is the difference between your turnover and your profit. So you need to look at the importance of business improvement, even kidogo kidogo, to ensure you are now bringing that 950,000 of operational costs down to 850,000, just by thinking around which areas do we pick that up. A proactive learning culture for you business owners. Msidarau employee, msidarau watu wadogo kwa hiyo business ama nini. No, there's something that they know. And for your continuous business improvement, you really need to ensure you have a proactive, not a reactive, to react to COVID, a proactive learning culture. I think that's why she said it. But she knows we did it because of COVID. So here is a tip. Usikuwe overwhelmed. I'm going to say a lot today, but I just want you to take the guidance and put aside 1 hour a week. Last time, I think I spoke about thinking time and being able to ensure you have thinking time. For me, let me tell you, even when I was employed, I had a full day because at the level where I was sitting in, I had a thinking role for the whole organization, and we were in multiple locations. So, and I've deployed that into our businesses today. I still find the most powerful things that have ever come out of our businesses. The biggest and deepest level of growth came from thinking. So put aside just 1 hour per week with your team to think about the techniques and try to improve them. Think about your technology. Is it supporting your internal processes? Hata kama technology just means, the way you transfer money or receive money by M-Pesa. Is it pay bill versus your telephone number? Can we change that or whatever? Do we have other? Can we get a payment from Europe? Do we understand what PayPal is or a PesaLink? Have we ever tried those things? Have we, all the things you see in the dashboard of the KCB app, have we clicked on each of them? Have I called Nyambura or gone to my branch manager and really asked, am I exhausting my payment processes? Can you support me much better with my invoicing? Can you ensure I don't miss out on my taxes and things like that? So the way you start with your business process improvement, you start by asking, where do we currently stand? Mwezi November is very good. For me, I start in October. But I usually tell people, leverage October, November. Usingoje December, ati sazile umeshaanza kukula pesa yako ya January. Now usingoje January, because everything you'll think about in January, you'll be saying, no, we can't, because you don't have money at that point. It's the worst time to start thinking October and November. So this is the time. I just want you, before the end of this month, by the end of this month, before to funge business on 10th of December, chukua 2 days. I am doing so many retreats with so many businesses. Just sit back, go away and say, where do we currently stand? And I know you might think you know where you currently stand, but some of you have not looked at your books for a long time, have not looked at your processes, have not asked your employees questions and everything. So that is where you begin. Now, the framework that I'm talking about, this is how you frame to find out where you currently stand. Enda ukatikizi vitu. Leo, ukaseme, I want to go through step by step. Okay, when I'm actually call me, but these ones, just ask yourself, where do we stand in all these elements? They are called the 7 S's of analyzing your internal environment. Very, very easy. Kabla when there was SWOT analysis, what is our strength? No, I want you to look at the areas you need to improve in your small business. So the McKinsey 7S framework is a very good one. Inakusaidia kwanza kuangalia, where do we begin with things? Now here, it is putting structure as number 1. I'll tell you no. I'm a business student, so what I'm Siri. Don't ever start things with structure. Don't ever start a business with structure. Don't ever start looking at your business from the structural elements. Wrong. You start with strategy. We used to do something called prescriptive strategy. What does that mean? Kama prescription. Ati umeenda kwa daktari ukasema uko na headache, akakwambia headache inatoka kwa high blood pressure, so chukua hizi dawa enda ukunywe. Ukishakunywa imesort. That is how we approach our business. We think we prescribe. If we do 1, 2, 3 things in the next 3 years, we grow, and then it doesn't happen. So for me, I always tell a small business, we need to do emergent strategy. Andika ichini, emergent. That means as things emerge, you go back and look at your strategy. So your strategy document should be a live document. And you should be looking at it each quarter of the year. Sisi nakwambia tunakalianga, naangalia tena. Nasema, okay, I'm looking at our coaching line. How is it working and whatever? What is our strategy? Is it what are the emerging issues in that space? Let me look at training. That's a quite training service. What are the things that are going on there? What is our strategy initially? And what are the things that probably we can change there? So you look at your strategy. You don't have a strategy document, tafadhali tengeneza. It doesn't have to be some sophisticated, complex document, because even complex strategies are never actually actioned. You just want something simple. Strategy is about getting from A to B to C to D. So you need to look at your strategy, and it informs your structure. So if your strategy is local, there's a certain structure. If your strategy is outside the local town, there's a different structure. If your strategy is global or is East African region, again, it will affect your structure. That is how you look at this frame. That's why I like framework. Then number 2, you look at the systems that you're using. Kama we were system yake, WhatsApp and Facebook. That is where she was posting her clothes. And that is kidogo, you find out how many people that need. But also she had a local system where people come to pick and whatever. So she's not delivering, but people come and do a pickup system. So look at your system and think again, can I improve? That's a hapo akona, pick up. But now people are asking for it in Nairobi. People are even asking for me to send it to Canada or wherever. What am I going to do? Are the systems okay? That is how you think about it. Now, these 3, we call them the hard elements. Yeah? of your framing. The hard elements are strategy, structure, and systems. Huwa na vitu zile ziko aligned. So the way you want to do your business is the strategy. The thing that enables you is your structure and your systems. And then we go to the style, your approach to things. Are you using your people or you're using yourself, even the style of management, the style of dealing with your customers and things like that? Then you look at the type of staff that you hire. Am I hiring interns from university? Am I hiring local people? Do I need manual laborers? Do I need sophisticated knowledge workers and things like that? You have to think about the staff. Then the specific skills that you need. I just told the other day there's a difference between a tailor and a designer. Apparently, there are different skills. Skills. These are the soft elements. There's the hard elements, is the tattoo, and then there's the soft elements, the skill. And finally, in the middle of it all, what are our shared values? Write your document and show what your shared values are. So, for me, ukitaka kwanza kuangalia your business improvement, and you just name these 7 things. You lay them out to per page, kama mbili tatu. You start with, what is our strategy? Lay it out. What is our structure? Lay it out. What systems do we have in place? And then you do like a table and say improvements or recommended improvements, and ask your team, what is the recommended improvement in number 1, our strategy? What is recommended improvement in our structure? What is recommended improvement in our systems and whatever? As when we looked at structure, we found there were roles in the organization. We had hired people on full-time that didn't have a full-time job, actually. So we changed and said, okay, we are going to start using per hourly rate and outsource that to staff from, outsourced companies. And then we will have our specific inbound kind of work that is done internally. And that improves our structure. Because remember, in the beginning, I said it's about reducing your operational costs. To improve your business model, document it first. Nani kitu rahisi. These are the things. Now utapata hizi slides. Akisi ninawapatia tu MBA hapa watu wangu. Hey, mutapata hizi slides. Just pick this and answer these questions. By the end of November, you will see. Hata utaniambia Sarah, I found 6 different places. One of you, I don't know if you're here today, just sent me your fantastic Airbnb with 10 bedrooms and whatever somewhere in Kisumu. Let me say this hotel tena. I know where to go, but I'm telling you, this is somebody we've been working with in this forum, and they don't live in Kenya. They live even outside the continent, but they are a Kenyan who just with their business canvas started thinking around these things. Who are our key partners in whatever it is that we want to do? I know we never start off our business thinking about this, but it is important. Who are our key suppliers? Which key activities? So here we do key partners. Will our partners perform, and which ones will we perform? As I've told you, for us at Richmel, one of our key partners is an organization that helps us with outsourced staff per hourly rate. It is the idea. And who are our key suppliers? Again, we understand that, and it is very, very important. Who are the people that license us? Nanini? Those things are also very important. Then what are our key activities? Our distribution channels, and how can we improve those channels? And what are our customer relationships? Okay? And also, as I told you last week, the 80-20 rule, you can find the 20% customers who are bringing in your bread and butter. And the 80% who are bringing in probably the noise, but not much bread and butter. You need to have a key activity for these customer groups. Key activity for your cash cow revenue stream. Key activities happening in your biggest distribution channel. That is where you think, how do I improve my key activities? Then your key resources, and how do you give that value proposition to it? So back to your channels again, your customer relationships and whatever, but what are the key resources you have to pump into that space in order to be able to get the key activities from it?